Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast.
Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I'm Andy Ruther coming to you live from the Smut Shack in Venice Beach, California, with my co-host, Joey No Chill Prano.
Great to be here, Andy. Great that you have a crew neck on.
Is this just judge my outfit every time now since we record on film?
Yeah, kind of. You look great today, though.
Thank you.
You're not wearing a creepy Greek sweater. I think that really made the last episode. Just everybody the whole time. I've talked to many people on DMs who are mesmerized by your upper chest area, your upper sternum.
Yeah, it's called Andy's Little Beach Workout. They're impressed by those chest muscles, those pectorals.
A couple of people told me the lights were too bright, that your chest area was washed out.
What does that even mean?
Do you wear a V-neck when you go on the beach? Are you still going shirtless on the beach? Like if you run on the beach right now, are you shirtless?
The other day, I did not. The day before that, I did. It depends on the weather.
Gotcha.
Either way, I wear one of those runner things that's supposed to take the sweat in. You know.
I don't know. What are you talking about?
I don't know. Like it's like a runner shirt. You know. I don't know the fucking name.
So if you're shirtless, you don't have that on. But if you have a shirt, it's a runner shirt?
Yeah,
like a dry fit.
Yes, that's the word.
Gotcha.
Dry fit. My mom.
I think that's trademarked by Nike, but I think we all know what you're talking about.
Because
an air wicking.
Yeah.
Light fabric.
Because my mom always says, you're not supposed to put the dry fit stuff in the dryer. You're supposed to air dry. It's so much better. Mom, you walk half marathons. Stop acting like you run marathons. I'm an athlete. You're old. Chill, Joanne.
Wow. I mean, we're starting up. Somebody got fucking stoned before this episode making athlete claims.
I was thinking, speaking of athletes.
He goes, I'm an athlete. I'm going to try to exercise. I'm going to try to be the best at exercise.
Speaking of athletes.
Which, by the way, is my favorite line in the history of Eastbound and Down. When he first starts working at the school, the guy's like, oh, I'm an athlete too. I do triathlons. He's like, I play real sports. I'm not trying to be the best at exercise.
That's amazing. What a great show. We should play basketball again and film it.
Yeah.
You definitely have the advantage with that height. I was watching the guys the other day. I think we should just film Venice Beach. I don't think people realize.
I like that he said we should play basketball and filmed it and immediately bailed on the idea. He's like, you have the advantage with the height.
I didn't bail. I think we should still do it.
Yeah, but I'm 100% out of shape. Like my entire exercise at this point is surfing.
Yeah, that's a good exercise, by the way.
Yeah, and you won't score a point.
And you don't need to be in shape. You got 6 inches, 7 inches, whatever it is. But I want to film how people play because I don't think the common person who hasn't been here doesn't realize. Prano, I walked out there today to go for a run. There was a white girl that looked like she just got done with yoga. There was a white guy in cargo shorts.
What, playing basketball?
Yeah. Two black guys, 2 Mexican guys, and an Asian guy. I was like, what is going on here?
All in one game?
All in the same game.
Oh, yeah. That's just one of those weird games. But if you watch like the actual, like if you watch like a full court run on Venice Beach, it's basically 10 Kobe Bryants.
Yeah.
It's just like everybody refusing to give up the ball because they know if they do, they'll never get it back.
Yeah.
Because some guy's just going to dribble around for a while.
There's no ball movement.
Not at all.
I went to the kid that I used to nanny for. His mom hit me up.
Are we before? I feel like we're already down a path. Are we going to talk about? I said we were going to start the show with Patreon. We're putting it off for 3 weeks now.
Yeah. Okay. That's right. Patreon.
Yeah.
Update.
Ruther's high, by the way. That's what we should get that out of the way right up front in case anybody's wondering.
I took 1 hit of the vape pen. Does that make me high?
Definitely
well, I don't know.
high.
You were like, we're going to start.
Definitely high.
You were like, we're going to start with Patreon. And then you started the show. You're like 10 minutes into Venice Beach basketball ball movement. You're like the fucking Mike D'Antoni of scouting Venice Beach basketball. Like this girl in yoga pants, she couldn't go left.
You started off by commenting on my outfit, which then got me distracted. Anyway, let's talk about Patreon.
Patreon.
So, about a month ago.
First things first, and I know we briefly mentioned it last episode, but let's get to the most important thing. No one's money has been taken yet. It was accidentally taken. It's been refunded. If you've donated, we appreciate it, but no one's money is going to be taken. We didn't realize that that when the first of the month came around, it was going to automatically come out. We had said, don't give us the money And apparently what Patreon was like, oh, don't give you the money? We'll just take it and hold on to it then. Like, what the fuck that option is, who knows?
Yeah, that was what happened.
Why would we ever be keeping our money in some crazy third party?
Yeah, it didn't go into our bank account.
So everybody's money's been refunded, and the deal is, as we said when we set this whole thing up, the one thing about our Patreon that is different from most people who are doing a Patreon is we are not having some sort of exclusive. We're not having some sort of tiers. If you donate to Patreon, you're just supporting the show. You don't get any sort of benefit personally, except for the great positive feeling of supporting the show. We're going for, we get to a certain goal, you get a third episode. We don't get to a certain goal, you're not. We're not close right now. And so we're not going to take anybody's money because we don't want any of your money unless we're doing a third episode. And right now, what's the date? We're the 11th of February. You've basically got
a little over 2 weeks.
Almost 3 weeks. Well, I guess February's got 28 days. So a little over 2 weeks before Patreon would automatically take more money out. If we're not even significantly closer by the end of the month, we're just going to shut it down and we keep doing 2 episodes because that's the deal. It was kind of a win-win. A win for me is we make a little bit of money and we do a third episode. Also a win for me, I only have to come to the Smut Jack, which I just found out has black mold in the bathroom, only 2 days a week. So kind of a win-win. If you're listening to this and you're like, oh, I didn't want to fucking donate to Patreon, that's the deal. Like, if we don't do significantly better by the end of the month, there's not going to be a third episode.
No hard feelings.
Yeah, no hard feelings. Again, I don't.
It is what it is.
I'm
I'll
pretty
be
sure
honest.
black mold will kill you.
Yeah, I am gonna continue thusting, and we got a lot of stuff going on, as you guys can see, and no hard feelings at all. It would have been nice for me, in particular, to use some of that money towards shit for the show.
Sandpaper and face masks.
Yeah,
and paint.
Exactly. But if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna find out. Not find out. I'm gonna. God damn it! I am high. I am going to
reach out
and create things to get money for the show, for videos, for trips, just for more content. Because
and like you were saying, the people who have donated, we can reach out to you on the side and say, hey, if you really want to donate, to the Thus Fund, just like do it that way. But we don't want to have some sort of recurring payment that you're giving us if we're not going to do a third episode.
Yeah.
That was the plan, and it's cool.
It is what it is. If you want to donate, and again, we still love to do this. It's patreon.com/dirty sports. And again, we're only at 13% of our goal. And like Joe said, basically you have until the end of February if you're serious about a third episode, and if we really move the needle, so to speak, in a farther direction.
And I don't want anybody to be, be shamed from doing it. We set a high goal. We weren't necessarily saying we had to get 100% to do it, but certainly had to be higher than 13. So, like you said, we need to move the needle a little bit before the end of the month. We have some great guests lined up for the rest of this month. We have a great basketball guest on the horizon. We have a great football guest on the horizon. We have a great baseball guest on the horizon. But those are all things that instead of being a bonus episode, will just be one of the 2 episodes we do of the week. And unless, like you said, unless we move the needle a little bit.
Yeah. So again, patreon.com/dirty sports. And glad we got that out of the way.
Yeah. Now go back to your Venice Beach basketball game planning.
No, there's no game planning. I just think we should film them and then also get involved in one of these games. And then you were saying it turns into a Kobe Bryant. I went and I watched the kid that I used to nanny for. He's now in the 5th grade. Holy shit. They grew up so quick, And, he was in kindergarten when I watched him. And that's all 5th graders do.
Is what?
Is Kobe ball.
Oh, yeah.
There's the one kid on each team who can play, and they play point guard, center, power forward. They do it all.
Yeah.
They're basically LeBron James.
Yeah, there's always one kid who can just dribble, and so then they're the guy.
Yeah. I want to talk about LeBron, and I want to talk about the Cavs. That's how we're going to lead, because NFL is officially over. So
I'm actually excited that NFL's over.
Me too, I'll be honest.
I know we get a significant bump every year in, I don't know if it's in listenership or in like just how I think
every sports podcast does.
We all know NFL's the sport. People are more turned for their NFL teams than they are for most other teams. But I'm actually excited. This was not, and honestly, completely honest, taking the Philadelphia Eagles winning the Super Bowl out of it, obviously that makes it the worst season in NFL history, in my opinion. But taking that out of it, it still was not my favorite year in the NFL. Like,
and he's still, I said we're going to talk NBA, Trevor. He's still going right back to NFL.
No. I'm just saying, I'm actually excited that it's finally over. My Giants were bad. The Eagles won the Super Bowl. There was all these...
but it's nothing personal. It's nothing personal.
No, but basically, we had
personal.
huge major injuries. Like, you basically...
I think it was a great season.
Did you really?
Yes, I did. I think there were so many unexpected games.
It's a weird hot take on you're like
that's not a weird hot take.
Like you're like the Texans had Watson for like a minute, that was exciting, but then he didn't. They didn't have Watson.
It's not a weird hot take.
No Aaron Rodgers.
You had some great stories. You had the Los Angeles Rams, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the fucking Buffalo Bills made the playoffs. The Eagles won the Super Bowl. What are you talking about? They'd never won. It was a great year. In fact,
you are high. This is the weirdest high hot take ever.
It's not a high. I'm a little stoned.
We had first round. We had a Bills Jags first round matchup.
But it's the train wreck. It's no different than when I see the homeless person on the Venice Beach boardwalk drop their pants and start taking a shit.
Yeah, you just compared a playoff matchup to homeless people shitting on the street.
Exactly. Because that's what it was.
It's a train wreck. You can't look away.
That's the point, dude. I'm telling you, there was so many things nobody like those games. Nobody saw the Jags Bills first round.
We're about to talk about the NBA.
Let's just talk NBA.
Yeah, but we're about to imagine LeBron James went down, and Kyrie Irving went down, and Steph went down, and James Harden went down.
It's a lot different when you have a sport with 5-on-5 versus 11-on-11.
Right, but I'm just saying the biggest names in the sport went out. And the reason the NBA is exciting right now is because those stars are those teams.
Yeah.
And the Cavs trade that just went down is proof that the Cavs are LeBron James. And actually, when the trades happened, I was like, this is weird. I don't know if they're rebuilding. I don't know.
Are you talking about the Cavs in particular?
Yeah. I don't know if the Cavs are rebuilding. I don't know if they're planning for the future of LeBron. I don't know if they're whatever. But as I looked at it more and more, and I looked at the way these guys were talking about it, and I looked at, you have to consider the way Isaiah Thomas handled being a Cavalier.
It was awful. Terrible.
Brad Stevens, in my opinion, is a fantastic basketball coach. He's already in the top 5 NBA coaches. Quickly, he's a top 5 NBA coach. Isaiah Thomas has been on the Kings, the Suns, the Celtics, the Lakers. There's another team in there, I think, even. I think he was on a 15.
Yeah. See if we can find something on.
Yeah. I mean, the Kings, Suns, Celtics, Lakers, Cavs.
There's
Cavs. That's 5. So 5.
Oh, yeah.
5.
I thought you were thinking somebody else outside as a Cavs.
So Isaiah Thomas, like, if you're a fucking superstar NBA player,
you don't get moved.
You don't get moved 5 times in your first 6 years in the league or whatever it is. But he really found something with the Celtics and was like, oh man, they turned his career around. He was an MVP candidate last year, and I said, this is a nice move for the Cavs when he got traded to them, because Kyrie Irving didn't want to play with LeBron James anymore. And if Isaiah Thomas comes in and just wants to be the scoring wingman to LeBron James, this is a great move. He got there. He wanted to play with LeBron James even less than Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
And now, I got to say, I know it was one game, but first of all, they beat the shit out of the Celtics today.
Bro.
By the way, I made money because I looked at the line this morning.
What was it?
4.5.
Yeah.
The Celtics were giving 4.5. I was like, on Paul Pierce Day, with LeBron coming in with a new team, they haven't known each other for 2 days. I was like, I'm taking the fucking money line.
Yeah.
and they smoked them.
You know what? I get the one game thing, and people are going to say that, and this is a hot take. Fuck that. It's not. Here's why it's not.
I'll tell you why it's not.
Are we both going to tell them why?
Yeah, you go, and then I'll tell you because I have the quote that tells you exactly why it's not.
Well, you and I were texting about it today during the game. I think these guys are going to know how to be the role players around LeBron because now I don't know much about Rodney Hood. I know he can score, but obviously we live in LA, so we've seen, at least because I have cable, so Time Warner, Spectrum, whatever the fuck it is, always just showing the Lakers games. I've seen enough of Clarkson and Nance Jr., and what they're going to bring is Clarkson can get you buckets off the bench, but he also knows, he knew his role on the Lakers.
Everybody today got 12 to 20 points.
That's what I'm saying. And the same thing for Nance is going to bring you, he's got all those thunderous dunks. He plays a lot of defense. Again, a good guy off the bench.
His dad was a Cav.
Yeah. Two-time All-Star.
Yeah.
But what I like is Clarkson in particular, today, he knows I can shoot the ball, I can score the ball. If I just space myself correctly, LeBron's going to find me.
Right.
And he looked great.
And here's the quote from George Hill, who's
I know the quote.
Who's probably the best player, who has had the best career of everybody that made the move. He's probably had the best NBA career. He has, he's making $20 million a year or whatever. He has significant playoff and NBA experience.
I think he said 81 or 82 playoff games, and he plays defense too.
We have one of the best players in the history of the game. He's the Batman, and we got to be all Robins. We got to figure it out. That's it. That's the difference between Kyrie. That's the difference between Isaiah. That's it. All you have to do is be a supporting player to LeBron James. Coming in there and being like, it's me and LeBron's show. It's never you're and LeBron's show.
Yeah.
It's LeBron James and everybody else. That's it. This is not a Kyrie. This is not a Steph Curry KD situation. Who's the alpha? I don't know. Well, it's kind of KD's team because he's the best player, but it's kind of Steph's team because he's been here longer. No, this is not the question. It is LeBron James and the Cavaliers. This is the Dave Matthews Band. It's not like Dave Matthews and the black drummer and then the band. It's it's Dave Matthews and the band. LeBron James and the band. That's it. And the problem with Kyrie Irving and why he had to leave is he did not know that. And the problem with Isaiah Thomas is he did not know even less.
I think Kyrie was different. I think Kyrie just wanted to be the top dog.
Right.
He didn't want to be in the band. He wanted to be George Harrison or John Lennon or Paul McCartney going solo.
And good for him. And that's why Brad Stevens is a great coach. He took him to Boston and he's convinced him he is the man.
But he's still playing team ball.
Exactly. But meanwhile, Al Horford's actually probably their most significant contributor on a day-to-day basis. But Kyrie feels like it's his team somehow. That's why Brad Stevens is great, because Kyrie feels like he's the man.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's a very team game. But I'll say this, and I'll say this right now, and this is important that everybody who is an NBA fan, everybody who's a LeBron lover or LeBron hater hears. It's probably going to be LeBron and this new Cavs team in a series with the Boston Celtics, whether that be the Eastern Conference Finals or if the Cavs somehow don't get I can't imagine the Cavs are a 4 seed. So it's probably going to be the Eastern Conference Finals one way or the other. If LeBron James, I'm not talking about winning the championship. If LeBron James takes this team to the NBA Finals through a Boston team with Brad Stevens, Kyrie, all of those fucking role players, Tatum, Horford, the way that Brad Stevens can get so much, I don't give a shit about all you Kobe and Jordan slippers out there like, oh, he's 3-6 in finals now. Nobody else is taking George Hill and Larry Nance. They're great fucking role guys because they're going to hopefully know their role. And Jerison, but the idea that might be an NBA Finals team is absurd. But they beat the shit out of the Celtics today. They beat the shit out of them at home on Paul Pierce Day.
Which was the best part.
without Kevin Love.
Yeah. The best part was showing Pierce and Garnett and Doc Rivers just all.
Yeah.
Just, you could just see. I mean, he did it. What is so funny, Trevor? You have a mic. What's so funny?
just the way you just said it.
I mean, I
You're
think
just so high. You're just so high.
Trevor's a pothead. You can see a guy who's too stoned.
You know what it is?
No, it's not you were just too stoned. It's just you were very
first of all-
slow and deliberate. With
Meanwhile,
your,
Trevor's got his hat off, and he looks like every Beatle you just named.
Pop in front of the camera here. You got to pop in
No,
front of the camera. Yeah, pop in front of the camera. You can't do that? Just pop in front of the camera real quick. Yeah.
You're making him fucking.
He's got to show his Beatles
He
haircut.
looks like Joaquin Phoenix in fucking Gladiator.
Can you zoom? Are you trying to zoom in on yourself? Zoom in on yourself. No, you zoomed it high. There we go.
I need the Trevor doing the thumbs down.
I need to stop wearing a beanie before I come.
Yeah. Okay. I got
Or
you.
ever, honestly.
Oh, see, Prano's on that.
Yeah, what the
Anyway,
fuck?
I was making some fucking phenomenal point.
Were you?
Actually, I am stoned. I have no clue what I was talking about. You know what? It's because I didn't eat much tonight, and I just came from that show of all these gorgeous girls. Anyway, goddamn. Thust. You know, that's how you win them over.
He's got like a fucking verbal tick now where he just says thust. He's like, thust.
Anyway, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
The what?
The Cleveland Cavaliers. They looked great today.
If you had to bet right now, Cavs or Celtics from the East?
Dude, I would have bet even with that old fucking raggedy jalopy that they had before the trade.
I'll tell you what my problem with the Cavs at the trading deadline was. That they didn't give up that Brooklyn pick. And everybody's talking about it. If you listen to anybody talk about it, they're all like, you can't give up that Brooklyn pick.
Yeah, because LeBron might leave.
What if LeBron? Yeah. Here's my response to that. What the fuck did the Cleveland Cavaliers win in their fucking 50-year existence before LeBron James came out of high school? Jack shit. What did the Cleveland Cavaliers win in the fucking 4 years that LeBron James was in Miami besides the fucking lottery? What will the Cleveland Cavaliers win with every fucking first pick forever after LeBron James leaves? Jack shit. Why? Because no free agent in the NBA is going to sign with the Cleveland Cavaliers if LeBron James isn't there. So the idiocy of we have to keep some pick for this rebuild after LeBron is ludicrous. When you rebuild after LeBron James with that first overall pick, you might get Anthony Bennett. You might get fucking you might get fucking nobody. The reason to use that, and I'm telling you, everybody says you got to keep that pick. I'm saying that is stupid. All in on LeBron James. If he leaves next year, but he leaves with 2 championships, then you have 2 championships in Cleveland. When's the last time anybody in Cleveland won anything across any sport besides LeBron James? When's the last time the Indians won?
48 or something?
Yeah. The fucking Browns are 1-31 in their last 2 seasons. The Cleveland Cavaliers are, we're showing Mark Price highlights and Brad Daugherty and Larry Nance Sr. before this.
Don't forget Craig Elo.
Craig Elo. Yeah, exactly. Like, these were the highlights. You're showing fucking Mark Price shooting threes. This was your highlights.
Yeah.
First of all,
well, look, they didn't make. That's a whole other discussion.
First of all, you're stupid not to try to help LeBron more right now. And also, if you win a championship, doesn't it increase his chances of staying?
Well, look, regardless, I think it's still the Warriors, obviously, to win it all. I do like the Cavs. I like their pieces. They just got so much younger. And their GM, who I have no clue who he is, He was on TV today. Some black guy looks like he's 12, but that's all I know. He did a great job.
Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, Isaiah Thomas is the Cavs GM. He did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
For who they got, for the value.
It is. I will say the what makes it more phenomenal. What's that?
You want to close the window?
Why, you cold?
No, I just feel like we're loud. Dude, it looks like we have a porn shoot going on in here with all the lights on.
It does.
Yeah. Well, they're going to know it's not a porn shoot because I'm yelling about fucking
Are you
LeBron
gonna,
James.
Are you going to get that hot?
Can you imagine it? Can you imagine it if we were doing a porn shoot where I was fucking a girl and explaining why they should have traded the Brooklyn pick? Like they should have. What were they fucking winning without LeBron James? When's the last time the Cleveland Indians won, bitch? Take it all.
That's a porn I'd watch. Wouldn't you, Trevor?
Yeah, I get into it.
Matt, I can't wait for Maddie to do that porn reenactment. The Cleveland Indians win.
No, I think he retired. He got so embarrassed after last episode. Look, dude, I get what you're saying. I think it'll be interesting to see. It is just one game, and I think they had that energy. But LeBron looked stoked.
It's really not. It really wasn't one game, though, because the game before the trading deadline was LeBron James game-saving block, followed by LeBron James
Against
buzzer
Minnesota.
beater win. That was the thing. Even before the trade, I was like, "Oh boy, that's for all the LeBron haters." I'm like, "You got to be a little bit scared right now." The 37-point triple-double block to save the game, followed by game winner. Like that's LeBron James waking up.
Yeah.
He was asleep for a couple weeks, and rightfully so. The guy's been carrying an entire city on his back. I mean, fucking Hugh Jackson, 1-31, is like on his fucking shoulders. You know, like he has to do it all. And what was most brilliant about those trades is they simultaneously got younger, and they're kind of playing for a future, but also they have guys who now know their role. Like George Hill being the most senior member of the people coming in, going like, dude, I don't give a fuck. This is LeBron James' team. Like, you're already a better teammate than Isaiah Thomas, who's throwing people under the bus.
Yeah.
The big problem with the Cleveland Cavaliers is Tyronn Lue has no idea what he's doing.
Well, they look good today. I don't know. I mean, I don't know anymore with these NBA coaches. I mean, you say that. They were very complimentary of him today, but who knows?
Right, because they won.
Yeah.
But, like, Tyronn Lue is clueless.
I mean, what's he going to do, though? That's my question.
Well, he has to manage the rotations.
Sure.
Unless LeBron's walking over, and, you know, that's the problem with the NBA is your courtside, it doesn't all happen in a dugout. It doesn't all happen on a sideline. You can't just walk over and be like, Tyronn, put this dude and this dude and this dude in, and the whole crowd's going to be like tweeting, like, LeBron just told Tyronn Lue what substitutions to make. So that is a problem. Like, he has to at least be in charge of that.
Yeah.
Which is honestly your only job. And to get guys to care. And to have maybe an out-of-bounds play. Maybe an end-of-game play.
All those guys they got rid of were either old or just weren't working. Isaiah Thomas, Dwayne Wade, Derrick Rose, Jay Crowder, Channing Frye, Iman Shumpert. There we go. That's a tough one. They got so much better. And you know what's going to get you guys getting better in your lives? Yeah, that's how I'm going to start it off. Challenge us in the draft app.
Ooh, that's an interesting transition.
Yeah, we're back. We're working with draft again. Joe, we love this app because we can challenge the Dirtballs head-to-head in what they call a snake draft.
Mm-hmm.
So go on. Trevor, why is this funny? Why is this funny? You're just laughing at everything I'm doing? What is going on? Okay, I'm not smoking weed before an episode. So, guys,
It wasn't you.
There's no salary caps. You play.
Definitely talk about drugs during your reads.
Okay. Well, draft's cool. They're great guys.
Draft knows half their people are stoners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm high, which means I'll be drafting J.R. Smith every snake draft.
Look, draft knows. Listen to this ad read. Play for cold, hard cash. They get it. Because drafts start from just $1, so there's a draft for everyone. No salary clap.
Salary clap is the worst venereal disease you can get.
Oh, man. I'm sorry, guys.
You got any tips? Yeah, avoid the salary clap.
So come join us on Draft today. Download the app anytime. Just search Draft in your app store and join a game in minutes. Or play right from your computer on draft.com, whatever you guys want. For a limited time only, that's you, Dirtballs. All new players get a free entry into Draft when you make your first deposit. All you have to do is use our promo code DIRTY. That's DIRTY. So play for real money, a game that's going to be for free if you use promo code DIRTY. And if you've already been on Draft and played us in fantasy football, it's the same thing. It's just a different sport. So we'd love to have you guys challenge us on Draft.
Do they have hockey too?
They got it all.
Yeah.
They might have some Olympic stuff that I'm not.
We should, you know what we should do? Here's what I think we should do. Definitely. We should give Alexis the access to the draft app and get her drafting some hockey against the Dirtballs, who are so critical of her.
She's gonna be using our money. I don't know about that.
Yeah, no, I like it. I actually
it.
think she'll
like it.
fucking smoke a lot of these dudes.
Their balls come at her hard. So.
Fucking Alexis doesn't know shit. Meanwhile, like halfway through the season, I'm like, all you people are calling out in week 1. She's looking a lot better.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw down the gauntlet. Alexis, hit us up.
All right.
Get her on the draft app.
Okay. We can set it up.
And after you get it, make sure you give it to me because I don't have it anymore. So
I don't even know how to get in. That's a whole. We'll do that off air.
Well, we just did it on there, so
Just come on, guys. Do you want me to play a Stephen A. Smith impersonation call about?
why would we ever? I mean,
It's kind of offensive to you,
I agree, but
and it's so bad though it makes.
I
me
agree, but it's so bad that I haven't heard it, but your tease of it is it's so bad that I feel like I have to hear it.
Yeah. Well, let me pull this bad boy up. It is. This is pre.
What is it in regards to?
This is pre Cavs draft, or I'm sorry, trade, and I think it's about LeBron. Let's see what he has to say. I think I got it here.
Andy Ruth and Joe Prano. It's your favorite ESPN analyst, Stephen A. Smith, calling you today to titillate your minds with a question about the great LeBron James. Okay, we've seen all the moves he's made at the deadline, and I do not believe that it will matter. The Cleveland Cavaliers will not go to the NBA Finals. So what I'm here today to ask you is, should LeBron James take the year off, let the Golden State Warriors get a little bit older, and come back fresh and with a new NBA team ready to win a couple more NBA championships that he truly deserves? So let me know what you, Andy Ruth and Joe Prano, think about that.
Did you see? I know it's Oscar season. Did you see the Denzel Washington lawyer movie that came out? Roman J. Israel.
I did not.
That was almost Denzel Washington as Roman J. Israel doing a Stephen A. Smith impression.
Yeah, I would love to see the face of the person who did that.
Yeah, I can tell you one thing: it was white.
Yeah, yeah, man. If only we could get the real Stephen A.
Andy Ruther and Joe Prano. I'm here to tell you that this call is offensive to me. As the official Stephen A. Smith voice of the Dirty Sports Podcast, I'm going to tell you that it offends me that a white man will be doing my voice. It offends me that he would say that the Cleveland Cavaliers are done. And it offends me that Andy Ruther would be as high as he is on an episode where I'm going to make an appearance. I have smoked crack 13 times in my life, including twice today. And I insist that I am always the most high person on the show. So, let me say this about that call. That call offends me as an American. It offends me as a black man, and it offends me as the most popular personality in the history of ESPN. What you need to do when you're pretending to be Stephen A. Smith is you got to run out of your breath. You got to keep talking until you can't talk anymore because you're running out of your breath. That's how you do a Stephen A. Smith impression. And also, I'd just like to say to Paul Pierce and the Boston Celtics, Brad Stevens, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James is back. He looked great today. He looked great last week. I have inspired confidence again in Stephen. I wish I was working with Skip still. I honestly, I wish I could sneak into the Fox Sports 1 studios with a knife and slit Shannon Sharp's throat and take over his seat so I could say, Skip, talk to me about LeBron James. This man...
Stephen A.
I'll tell you
how
what.
How long are you going to go on, bro?
Mark Jackson, I watched the game today. My brother, my Negro brother, my African brother, he was out there saying, you know what he does every once in a while when I watch the game? He says, Mama, there goes that man. And I said, Mama? I smacked my mama, who I still live with because I'm Stephen A. Smith. I said, Mama, there goes that man saying, there goes that man. And I'm saying, LeBron James is back. I've decided that I'm going to adopt the small child from that famous Vine who just said, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James. He's now a 24-year-old boy. He has a crack addiction, but I am going to have him sleep in my house. And I'm going to use him as if he was an alarm clock. And whenever I watch LeBron James dominate in the postseason, I'm going to wake him up from his opiate addiction, and I'm going to say, hey, Buster, wake up. And he's going to go, LeBron James. I'm going to say, that's why I brought you here. You want scholarship. You want the Stephen A. Smith Fund.
Oh, shit.
Stephen Annual Fund Smith.
All right, Stephen A., we got to wrap this up, man. Thanks for the call, though.
You're welcome.
Oh, my God.
Stephen A. Smith, he
confessed to smoking crack. What was fascinating about that Stephen A. interview was that the little LeBron James kid suddenly turned into being 24 years old.
Yeah. Well, it was like 5 years ago.
No, it was like
2.
yeah,
like maybe.
two
Yeah.
max.
How old do you think that kid was? 10?
7, 9?
Yeah.
That kid, you know,
Yo, black don't crack. He was probably 31. He looks older than Isaiah Thomas. I'll tell you that much.
you know what sucks though, man? You ever I know I'm stoned, but I'm gonna get deep for a minute.
Damn report.
I'll tell you what was crazy.
He's just ignoring what I was trying to say.
Well, the craziest part about that interview.
You didn't even let me be like, yo, bro, I'm trying to get deep for a minute.
I know, but
What I was gonna say was this.
I listened to the Den Report. I'm just trying to work around you trying to say the N word because you heard Stephen A. Smith say it on Stephen A. Smith said it on the call. You're gonna be like, why can Stephen A. say it and I can't say it?
What I was gonna say was,
he said Negro. Can I say Negra?
let me finish, man. You ever get depressed? You're like the little kid who goes, LeBron James has a better career than us. Like, that's what I'm trying to get
Jeez, speak for yourself.
No, man.
I mean, I don't have black mold in my bathroom.
That was the highlight of his career.
I don't even have African American mold in my bathroom. I'm doing okay.
It's only downhill for a 7-year-old. That's a shitty
Yeah.
life.
at. I'm just saying, guys. Getting deep here. Anyway,
Getting deep here.
deep dive with Andy Ruther. Okay, so we all agree, big upgrade for the Cavs. The Celtics be on fucking watch because LeBron James look like a different guy today.
Yeah, I think it's as simple as that. Is LeBron James has been inspired, some negativity out of his life, and that's all you need. Peak LeBron James has done it before with Matthew Dellavedova, Timothy Mozgov.
Sasha Pavlovich.
Yeah,
Wasn't that his name?
yeah. Andre Varejao, the corpse of Mo Williams. Like, peak LeBron James
I think
can do it with fucking
Larry
nobody.
Hughes, I think.
Larry Hughes. Yeah.
Wasn't Larry Hughes their point guard in
Yeah.
2007?
Yeah.
Deontay West.
Yeah. Delonte West fucking LeBron's mom.
Wasn't Eric
mid-season.
Snow on that team too?
Who knows?
Man. I was discussing that with somebody the other day, actually. Last week. It was one of the security guards at one of the shows I was on. And he was like, dude, we were talking about the 2007 Cavs. He's like, pull up that roster.
Yeah.
He's like, just pull up your phone right now.
Yeah.
And we could not stop. Obviously, the guys we just named, we could not stop laughing. We're like, dude, he's doing this with fucking these just Zadrunas Agauskas. And
Yeah. Do you remember there was a movie that came out with like Scarlett Johansson where they stole the SATs?
Yeah, I didn't see it.
And there was one of the basketball players, I think it was like Darius Miles was in it. There was a time where I remember looking at the IMDb of that movie and being like, would I rather have that movie's IMDb page and LeBron James or the current Cavs roster and LeBron James? Would I rather have LeBron, Darius Miles, Scarlett Johansson than LeBron, Zadrunas Ilgauskas,
Sasha
Larry
Pavlovich.
Hughes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drew Gooden started.
Drew Gooden was the power forward.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I'd rather have Crackhouse Dwight Gooden than Drew Gooden.
yeah. He did it with some
But that's
some garbage.
That's what, and people who disrespect LeBron James regularly. That's what people don't understand. This year, it's going to be a Brad Stevens, who's already one of the best coaches in the NBA, with Kyrie, with Horford, with Tatum, who's a fucking standout rookie, with whether or not Gordon Hayward comes back. versus LeBron James. If the dude goes to the NBA Finals, forget what happens with the Warriors if the Warriors make it. Forget what happens whoever they might play. If he goes to the NBA Finals again, it's over. It's over.
Well, it's not over. And we're getting ahead of ourselves because we already know everyone's going to come out and chirp so much. So,
but that's what I'm saying. My point is the disrespect that he gets for just dragging these crew there. Bill Simmons, the world's biggest Celtics fan, is on Twitter going, "Oh well, good work for the Cavs. They just traded for 5 guys no one wants." He took his penis out and went up and down the Celtics bench, fucking dilly-dillying people today. He was like the fucking Queen of England. He was like, "You have been knighted, Sir fucking Brad Stevens." He's just taking his dick out and he's like knighting people with his dick. They beat him by 25 points. He was on the bench at the end of the game fucking doing the fucking this thing at the end of the game. You know what I mean?
What is that thing? Why is everybody doing that now?
That's from old school. That's from the fucking 80s.
You get like 2 punches.
Yeah,
if you look
dude,
at
that's
it.
way old school. Is that before your time and after your time simultaneously?
Because I can't figure it out. Before my time, I don't remember this.
Yeah.
I'm a child of the 80s.
You secretly try to get people to look at it. Be like, hey, Andy.
Yeah, and if you look at it, you get punched on the arm.
I remember punch buggies. When you drive by a Volkswagen, you punch somebody.
That's some dad shit. That's just Walt's excuse for beating you up.
Walt never did it. My brothers used to beat the shit out of me. Fucking assholes. Anyway, look, dude, we all agree Cavs are back in the finals. But we got a great guy on this week to discuss it. So yeah. I'm sure he might have a different opinion.
I mean, I don't necessarily agree that the Cavs are back in the finals, but this makes it fucking exciting. The Cavs were done. They're on life support. We're talking about tank.
Yeah. You know what I'm excited for is the NBA All-Star Game is in Los Angeles this year.
That's right.
Right by us. We could hop on the train, take it down to the Staples Center, catch a game. And you know where we can do that at? SeatGeek! You can go on SeatGeek. Tickets for the NBA All-Star Game are there. They're for any event you guys need. I feel like I'm doing a show right now. Yeah. Any event you guys need.
I just love that this is all filmed at this point now. At this point now, I just start, like, people are going to see me laughing about.
Yeah. Anyway, SeatGeek.
Like, you can get a train. Where can you get a train? SeatGeek.
You got to go on
train
SeatGeek.
Tickets.
You got to go on SeatGeek if you want to get those tickets. I hope and I pray every night that my Xavier Musketeers get put in the West region because I'm going to go on SeatGeek to see them in the tournament if they make it
Where
that
is
far.
the Final Four?
I don't know. I want to say Houston. I don't know. Look that up, Trevor, please. Anyway, guys, SeatGeek is the app where I'm going to go to all these events. So just download the SeatGeek app and enter our promo code DIRTY today. That's promo code DIRTY for $20 off your first SeatGeek purchase, guys. That's right. All the listeners get $20 off their first SeatGeek purchase.
I'll tell you what I want to go to with some SeatGeek tickets. I want to go to NBA Saturday.
Ah, yeah.
I want to see a 3-point contest. I want to see the dunk contest. I don't know who's in all that shit. I'm assuming maybe my boy CJ might be in the 3-point contest.
I have no clue. Where's it at this year, Trevor?
San Antonio.
Wow.
Ah, gotcha. Real quick, real college note quickly, even though we don't really discuss it. Are you just going to laugh at every time I talk?
No, that was just a stumble over the words. That was just a laugh at your stumbling over the words there.
Okay. Anyway.
Your transitions are on point today.
They are good.
Yeah.
Did they do
like a little college note?
Did they do this last year? Does anybody remember? Where now they're seeding the first 4 seeds before the actual tournament.
I've never heard of this.
Do you want to talk about this because Xavier got moved to number 1 today? They're going to be number 1.
It's Xavier, not Xavier.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I'm one of those snobs. Yeah, it's just Xavier. No, I want to no, but it is interesting because it's kind of like how they do for the college football rankings. You know, they start unveiling. Yeah. So they unveiled them for the first time today, and yes, they did make Xavier a number 1 seed, which, you know, it was Xavier, Villanova.
Oh, but they're not actually seeding them yet.
Not yet.
They're just ranking them.
The actual committee, but they've never done this.
Right.
Like if it were to end today,
that's the thing. If the tournament, if the season ended today and the tournament started, but yeah, the number 1s they had Xavier, Nova. Who was it? Xavier, Nova, Purdue, and Virginia. I can't wait for the tournament.
Purdue, huh?
Purdue's had a really good year.
Purdue's got that Dirty Sports bump just for being in the mix as the Dirty Sports official school.
Which we never picked.
Yeah.
We
Well,
never
those
picked
kids
that.
died. I think they all died of alcohol poisoning. They're like, you got to fucking do Purdue. We do Boilermakers. We drop beers and fucking vodka. I was like, no, you're supposed to drop vodka and beers. And they're like, fuck it, we're dead.
No, I think they still listen. Purdue, come at us, bros. Okay. Anyway.
At us, bros.
I'm excited for the tournament, though, Prano. I am. Obviously, we're going to go to Vegas. You were 85% sure last time. What are you at now?
Probably 87.
Okay. 87%. Are you in
I'm really looking forward to come. If I do come, I'm really looking forward to just abandoning you and Goldberg while you bet basketball and go betting actual shit.
What a cheddar dick. You would not be allowed with this crew that we have then. And I'm looking forward to getting stoned like I am tonight and hitting up that steak and shake with Goldberg.
I love like what I'll not be allowed what.
You can't be ditching we're gonna be gambling on
There's gonna
college
be
basketball.
A lot of guys like Matty Goldberg telling me I can't do things. They're like, you can't leave.
You got to run it by my friends who set this up, my college buddies. Anyway, let's talk some baseball, Prano. We give a fuck about you. Yu Darvish
Yeah.
signing a very loaded contract. What was it? 6 years, $126 million?
$126 million.
Guaranteed.
Yep. With up to 150 with incentives. Let's go to our boy Trevor over here. Trevor, he was a Dodger last year. How do you feel about Yu Darvish ending up on the Cubs?
It's a high contract. I wouldn't have minded the Dodgers signing it back because he did come out after the World Series when he blew those games, and he did seem like he was really apologetic, and he did feel bad for fucking sucking dick and not being good. For that price, no, I don't like it. I don't think he's that good of a pitcher. I'm glad because they're trying to stay under luxury tax, so I'm glad they didn't spend that money on him. It sucks. They don't really have a deep rotation right now. I mean, I guess he would have been a nice arm, but no, for that price, I'm not mad that they didn't sign him.
It all comes down to the postseason. I don't give a shit what his regular season or how he stands, because you and I both came off of some tweets. People are calling me, well, his strikeout to inning ratio in the history, look at me in the camera. I don't care. He's won won 2 games in the playoffs, and he has a 5.86 ERA. He can't win when it matters, and that's all that matters. Who gives a shit about regular season?
Forget you can't win when it matters. I mean, we're talking about teams just going straight up. We know what you're going to throw. Like, he was straight up. You're in the big leagues, and you're tipping your pitches. Like, oh, he's got 6 pitches. That's great, unless you know which one's coming. He got his tits lit up in the World Series on the biggest stage. I know a lot of people have taken their knives out, stabbed me square in the gut during football season, but let's not forget that prior to this NFL season, I was a pretty strong streak of making every correct prediction known to man. I said Yu Darvish was going to take a dump on the field in the playoffs. I said Dave Roberts was going to take a dump on the field in the playoffs. And what happened? Yu Darvish, was that game 7?
His World Series ERA is 22.
I mean,
not .22, 22.0.
How many innings did he pitch in the World Series?
3.1.
Hold on. And how many walks?
Was that game 7 that he pitched?
Only 2 walks because he only...
Did he pitch game 7?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I recall...
Not Alex Wood, him.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't sure if he just lost control.
If I recall...
No, he started.
Game 7, that was the game that we watched, sort of, in San Diego.
Red Saloon.
When we did Josh and Nelson show. And we basically went upstairs to watch the game in the 3rd inning, and the World Series is over.
Yeah, that's true.
It was over by the 3rd.
Yeah. Also, the Cubs. So the Cubs rotation now, because they signed Yu Darvish, they're basically not going to sign Arrieta. Their rotation is John Lester, hilarious, Hendricks, Yu Darvish, and Quintana. That's your rotation?
Yeah, I don't understand. I wasn't aware of that until right now. So they basically chose Darvish over Jake Arrieta.
Yeah.
See, I don't like that either.
It's like maybe in the long term, in terms of how many wins are you going to get from Yu Darvish over what did he sign for 5 years?
6 years.
6 years versus how many wins are you going to get over Arrieta? Yeah, maybe that's a good deal, but And I'll say one thing: baseball, it's not like the NFL. It's not World Series or bust. You have to put a competitive team on the field. Maybe Yu Darvish is going to be an ace pitcher for you guys during the regular season, but anybody that thinks that this is that you go, oh well, we go into the fucking playoffs, we have a pitching, advantage over other teams. Like you don't.
Yeah.
I don't know one of those four guys that gives you a pitching advantage in any order that you place them.
I mean, let's not forget how good Arrieta was a couple of seasons ago, and obviously he won a World Series ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it. Cubs fans need to just chill because, again, it all comes down to the postseason. You got to have a guy who can bring
Who's the stopper? Who is the guy?
Between those four?
Yeah. Who's the guy that every week we're absolutely getting a win?
There is none.
Hendricks? No. I mean, Lester's old. Quintana started out really good with them after going over from the White Sox, but I don't know.
I mean, look, I'm a Mets fan. We have our own set of problems, right? We have injury issues, but let's imagine that guys are even mediocrely healthy. We have two straight up stoppers. Every week you're like, we're gonna get a fucking gem from DeGrom and Syndergaard, provided those guys are healthy. Which guy's their stopper? The Dodgers, I've been very...
They would say Darvish.
Yeah, that's a joke. Because you don't know. He might come out one week and just give up 14 runs.
Yeah.
The Dodgers, I've been very critical of the Dodgers. I've been very critical of Dave Roberts. But you got Clayton Kershaw. Dude's a fucking stopper. You're going to get a good start from Clayton Kershaw. You're the fucking Cubs, and you're like, yeah, Jake Lester, fucking John Lester every week's going to come out and get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I don't understand spending that much money on him. I just don't.
The Cubs don't scare me for this upcoming season. But they got a good offense, their lineup's good. But when you said with their pitching, there's nothing about the Cubs that worries me going against the Dodgers in the playoffs.
But I want to bring up something regarding this signing. This ridiculousness that the NFL, I'm sorry, Major League Baseball. Damn it. I was all ready to make this big, bold point. Major League Baseball needs a salary cap. I mean, Joe and I were texting about this. Guys, every major sport has one. This is just stupid. And don't bring up how all these teams like the A's had their run or the Devil Rays and these small market teams, and we see how the Astros are now. I'm sick of hearing that shit. Put on us. They have
now.
What if they committed between Darvish and Hayward, just those two guys?
I mean, $300 million.
Between those two guys,
more than $300 million.
Hayward and Darvish have more than $300 million. This is ridiculous.
There's this luxury tax, and teams don't want to pay it multiple years in a row, but teams will pay it. And the bottom line is, forget the luxury tax. Even to be just below the luxury tax, you're already spending significantly more than any other team that is